The Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident.
She was being pursued by paparazzi when the car spun out of control and crashed.
They say the past never truly rests. And now, after 28 years, a single act has reignited a storm that never fully faded. Princess Diana's tomb reopened. Secrets once buried now surfacing. But why? And more importantly, who wanted them to stay hidden? For years, whispers never ceased. The world adored Diana, yet behind palace walls, her presence was more than just unwelcome. It was a threat. Diana, a woman who even in divorce outshined the future king and his second love, Queen Camilla. And now theories that once seemed impossible are creeping back into the light. Could it be that Diana's tragic death was never just an accident?
You didn't believe she was dead.
I just refused to accept that she was gone. Part of, she would never do this to us, but also part of, maybe this is all part of a plan.
This video is about the mysteries surrounding Diana's death and why Queen Camilla's involvement is now being whispered in the dark corners of the internet. Let's find out. August 31st, 1997, the night the world lost its princess. Diana and her companion, Dodi Fayed, left the Ritz Hotel in Paris, pursued by relentless paparazzi. Moments later, their car crashed inside the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. The driver, Henri Paul, was declared intoxicated, and the case was ruled a tragic accident. But from the start, something didn't feel right. Diana had told people she feared for her life. A handwritten note, found years later, revealed mysterious words. "They are planning an accident in my car." Who was they, and why? After all these years, are her remains being examined once again? Theory 1. The royal family's embarrassment at Diana's public love. The world knew one thing for certain. Prince Charles loved Camilla more than he ever loved Diana. Even before the wedding, their hearts belonged to each other. And Diana? She was a beautiful inconvenience to the monarchy. When she left the royal family, she didn't disappear quietly. She became louder, more powerful. And then she found love again, with Dodi Fayed. This wasn't just romance, it was a statement. Paparazzi swarmed them, capturing every smile, every embrace. The future king's ex-wife, publicly in love with an Egyptian film producer, a scandal the royal family could not afford. Could it be that Diana's newfound happiness needed to be stopped? And then it happened. The crash, the chaos, the silence from Buckingham Palace that followed. Now, 28 years later, something has changed. Diana's tomb, untouched for nearly 3 decades, has been opened. Why? What are they looking for? Or more importantly, what did they find? Diana and Charlie's family rivalry. As Diana belonged to a family that had once been a rival to Charles's family, tensions had always lingered beneath the surface. The war or rivalry may have ended, but pride never fades. It's said that Queen Elizabeth III was not entirely pleased with Charles's decision to marry Diana. The match was not one she wholeheartedly supported, yet Charles, at the time, followed his own path, ignoring his mother's wishes. But as time passed, something changed. The weight of royal pride, the echoes of history, began to shape him. Could it be that Charles, once indifferent, eventually absorbed the resentment, the lingering animosity of past generations? Perhaps, over time, he too saw Diana not as his wife, but as a symbol of something his lineage had long opposed. If that were true, if that deep-seated pride turned to resentment, could it have been another reason, another unspoken motive behind the tragic fate that awaited her? No theory is certain, but when history whispers, it is hard to ignore. Theory 3. Princess Diana's charity work. Princess Diana's humanitarian efforts transcended royal duties, making a global impact unlike anything Charles and Camilla had ever achieved. She shattered stigmas by holding AIDS patients' hands, walked through active minefields to campaign against landmines, and tirelessly supported causes for the homeless, sick, and underprivileged. Her empathy wasn't just symbolic, it was deeply personal. While Charles and Camilla have supported numerous charities, their work often remained within traditional royal boundaries. Diana, however, connected with people on a raw emotional level, earning her the title, the People's Princess. Her legacy in charity remains unmatched, continuing to inspire the world long after her passing. Could this be the other reason behind Diana's death plan? Not all the theories are correct or have proven to be correct, but we really can't ignore them. Can we? Now first, like always, be sure to hit the like button down below. It helps us out tremendously with the reach of this video. Thank you. Theory 4. Camilla's thirst for the crown and power. Camilla had always longed for the crown, but with Diana and Queen Elizabeth in her way, her dream remained just that, a dream. Yet fate seemed to clear her path. Diana's sudden and tragic accident raised eyebrows, fueling whispers that Camilla had gained the most from her absence. Still, as long as Queen Elizabeth lived, Camilla remained in the shadows. But when the Queen passed, Camilla finally stepped into the role she had desired for decades. Her composed demeanor and contentment in power left many questioning. Was it all just coincidence, or had she played a darker role in the events that shaped her destiny? Reasons behind they had to open the tomb. After witnessing all the theories above, Dr. Amelia Carver, a forensic expert, was finally granted rare access to examine Diana's remains. What she uncovered sent shockwaves through investigators. Diana's body was exceptionally well preserved, allowing for more advanced testing. But that's where things took a darker turn. Her injuries? Severe, but expected from the crash. However, something didn't add up. Discrepancies in her medical treatment were discovered. Could there have been interference during her final moments? And then the personal artifacts. A gold locket holding pictures of her two sons, William and Harry. A crystal charm inscribed with the words, "Always believe." And most disturbing of all is a note, handwritten, from Diana herself. A message that hinted at fear, at danger she felt closing in. Could it be that she knew? That she felt her fate was sealed long before that fateful night? And what about the royal family? Their response? Silence. A brief, carefully worded statement from Buckingham Palace. Nothing more. No answers. No acknowledgement of the findings. Just silence. But silence speaks. It fuels the questions. It breathes life into theories. Some claim it was simply a tragic accident, nothing more. But others believe Diana's death was no accident at all. That it was planned, that it was necessary. Could Camilla, the woman who now sits as queen, have played a role in the shadows? Could she have benefited from Diana's absence? Or is this just another chapter in the never-ending mystery of Diana's life and death? Princess Diana was more than just a member of the royal family. She was a symbol of compassion, resilience, and change. From the moment she stepped into the public eye, she captured hearts around the world, not just because of her status, but because of her undeniable warmth and dedication to helping others. She redefined what it meant to be a royal, breaking barriers, challenging norms, and using her platform to bring attention to issues that were often ignored. Whether it was shaking hands with AIDS patients at a time when fear and misinformation were rampant, or walking through minefields to raise awareness about their dangers, Diana proved that kindness and courage could make a real impact. Even in death, her presence lingers. Her tragic passing left the world in shock, and decades later, questions still remain. What really happened that fateful night in Paris? Were there hidden truths that have yet to be uncovered? The theories, the speculation, the conflicting reports, each one only adds to the mystery. Will the full truth ever be known? Or will it remain locked away, buried beneath layers of secrecy? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: Diana's spirit, her legacy, cannot be erased. Her influence lives on in the countless lives she touched, in the humanitarian work she championed, and in the way the world remembers her not just as a princess, but as a force of love and change. Thank you for watching. If you believe the truth is still out there, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that unveil the secrets of the past. Until next time, stay curious and always believe.